Hey guys, so occasionally, one of the cool things that happen is you get to give your feedback and input on things. And so I got this email from a university saying, "Hey, we saw that you have more than 300 followers on GitHub. Would you mind doing a survey? Only takes about 3 to 5 minutes to complete." I've actually been doing a survey. This is separate, where every year they ask like where you are based off of being a previous computer science student, whether you graduated or didn't. And I've done that for 4 years, and they always like send me a gift card on Amazon the longer I go, and it's literally like $150 I think this year, because it started at 25 and it's gone up like 25 every year. And that one's long. That one's like an hour. But I thought it'd be cool to see. I haven't even taken a look at the survey yet, see what questions they asked, and give my feedback and just share it with you. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I want to take a moment to thank our long-term sponsor, Dev Mountain Coding Bootcamp. I've had the pleasure of visiting some of their campuses back when in Provo, and it was a beautiful campus. I think they've moved to Lehigh in recent times. But if you're interested in a bootcamp that also provides housing so you can get up and go in web development, QA, iOS development, UI, UX, they got it all. Check them out at devmountain.com. All right, so let's get going. Are you a professional software developer paid by any organization? I am indeed. How many people work at your organization? More than 5,000. I think in the U.S. branch it's like 50,000 people, and globally it's like 250,000. How much experience do you have in open source software? So this is kind of a hard one to answer because like a lot of what I do is open source. My projects, although they're not like designed to be one of those items where there's a lot of feedback. They're more like, oh, hey, I found a bug and doing it. So I'm going to put more than a year because I have for longer than a year contributed to it, but it's not like I'm some open source god. Is inclusivity evaluation a part of the software? Inclusivity evaluation. What? Inclusivity. I mean, evaluation. I understand to be exclusive. Inclusive assessment is inclusive. I'm gonna say no. I don't think so. Based on your experience in software development, what do you think are some of the challenges with ensuring inclusivity in software? Keep more people involved. Really, I think it's a management thing based on what's here. If we're trying to get more people involved, I think you have to manage the project in such a way where that is a goal. But also, especially when it comes to open source, although I guess they're not asking about open source, they're asking about software development. I'm one of those people that think that generally speaking, dev is pretty open to, I mean, based on my experience as a self-taught developer, right? Like I don't have a degree. I've sort of pulled myself up by the bootstraps doing projects, and I think that opportunity is there for a lot of people. But there have been organizations where, I don't think they're talking about college. I think they're talking about maybe racial and cultural differences here. It's either management or guidelines. So like, I kind of want to go with management because I think you have to make people aware of things to support them, and usually management is the one that support them. I could select two. Oh, fantastic. Anything else you want to add? Not really. That was kind of a short one, man. I've done a lot of these things, and they're generally a little longer, but it did say 3 to 5 minutes. One thing I would say is that if you ever get a chance to provide feedback to the industry that you're in, given that it's not like them taking advantage of you, like that's 3 to 5 minutes. They just sent me off an email. Cool, I did a thing. I encourage you to do so. And this is going to sound overly dramatic for something like this, but like one thing that I want to do. And I think this is like, people often ask like, what is the meaning of life? like it's this good dramatic. And I don't think anybody can give you an answer other than to leave the world in a better state than you found it. And so like, from a career perspective, when someone's trying to improve something that you're actively a part of, give your feedback that you can help do it. That's why like when I do the assessments for exit interviews, even though like all the articles, all the professionals will tell you like just say everything was great, smile and nod. I ask for the questions ahead of time so I can give them, so I can have a paragraph for each question, and then I go into my exit interview with thoughtful answers that are very detailed in nature with examples. And sometimes I don't want to hear it. Sometimes I just want to be like, Dylan, shut up. We just have to do this because we don't plan on doing any of this, Dylan. Just smile and nod so we can say we're doing a great job. And that's okay. You can only do your part. And so I think it's important to do your part, especially something that pertains to you in a selfish way as well as a way of giving back, right? It's I wish one of these. There's one exit interview I did where it's a place I actually worked the longest, where it was just the last 6 months of it. It was just a death march, and like it just was like death march after death march after death march, and I that was one of the things where if I was to say like something that made me cold in the corporate world, and my ex-girlfriend has told me this, as she thinks I'm a little like I'm cold was the actual word towards like companies, and my response to that is I think you're naive, but the truth of the matter is like part of it's based off experience, part of it's based off wisdom of, there are organizations that will look out for you, that's true, but they're far and few between, and they do their best, and like most are going to look out for their best interest, and they'll drain every piece of juice out of you that you can. And so if you have a way of giving feedback to maybe help with that, even if it's a little bit for your previous colleagues, for your future colleagues, for your friends, for the industry that you're in, I always encourage you to do it. That's why like when Free Code Camp does a survey, I do that, or Stack Overflow does their dev survey, I do that, because the truth of the matter for me, and hopefully for you, is that if you love what you do, then you're going to be in this industry for decades. Literally decades. And so like you take somebody like me I'm going on maybe somewhere between 4 and 5 years of working in the development industry. And if I take that approach where our average, working lifetime is 30 years, I have 5-fold more years ahead of me in various aspects. And I want to give my feedback. I want people to know it. Same reason you vote, right? Like to go and give it. But here you have something that maybe you can have even more of an impact in a relatively quicker fashion. But try to let your voice be heard in various ways, and do what you can. And if for some reason you can be on the other side where you're actually going and you're gathering the feedback, that's just as powerful, right? At the end of the day, I'm just one guy is working as a senior dev, trying to progress his career, figuring out life, and putting my voice out on the internet, whether it's in conferences or whether it's YouTube or courses or podcasts, and trying to have the impact that I can have while promoting myself. And I encourage you through these little things where you can go and feel a little bit more connected, feel like you're doing just a little bit to help out, and to find out your own way to affect the industry that you're going to be a part of. And it seems dramatic, it really does, and I understand that, but I think it all, I've said it time and time again, one step forward is one step forward. And like maybe it's a quarter step, maybe it's a 1/10 of a step, whatever you want to call it, but trying to move forward and progress in various parts of your career and your industry, I think is important, not only for your future growth, but your mental wellness, in the sense of like, if you don't feel like you're having an impact and all hope is lost, then all hope is lost once you sort of get to that point. But if you're doing what you can, you may not be where you want to be, and the industry may not be where you think it should be, but at least you're trying, and there's something to be said for that. So with all that being said, guys, I appreciate you. I hope that you, if you go and you see surveys like that, or whatever surveys are out there, that you go and you leave your feedback, you go and you contribute, and do what you can. As always, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and check out my courses linked below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to check out my latest course, the 100 Front-End Interview Questions Challenge, to make sure that you ace those front-end interviews. Smash that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.